Welcome to workshop, and my name is Dr. Dmitri Sokolov. Welcome viewers, and we are in Markham at Healthy Kids and Family Chiropractic. So today's topic is how to stay healthy over the holidays. Yay! Who is excited about that? I am. Well, the reason why I teach this topic, and in the last 10 years, every December I teach this topic. The reason why, statistics shows actually even today, study from Sweden came, Christmas season, it's actually one of the most unhealthiest season in a year. 54% increase of death rate, number of heart attacks, strokes skyrocketing over this season. And the reason why, number one, is because people are breaking their routine. And the reason two is because increasing in stress. And stress in many levels: physical, emotional, financial, spiritual, all kinds of, stressors that tension people. And what we know, stress is one of the main causes of chronic diseases and illnesses. And as you know from being educated about chiropractic, subluxation is a result of physical, chemical, and emotional stress. And unfortunately, although Christmas season should be the most festive and relaxed and happy, it causes tremendous amount of stress in our society. Shopping, arranging things, pleasing people, trying to get gifts and stuff like that. So it creates a tremendous amount of tension. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be like this, but that's what epidemiological studies has shown. So what I decided at one point, that it is absolutely critical for people to understand and stay healthy over the holidays, including your vacations, by the way. So you can apply strategies that you use or you will learn today, for any vacation or break, wherever you have, including the weekends. Because also another reality, have you heard a term? It's called weekend warrior. Have you heard the weekend warrior syndrome? No? So what happens is that people stressed out over the weekend about work, about kids, about everything, and on the weekend they try to fix their health. And what happened, because they go crazy and they keep injuring themselves. So that's called a weekend warrior, when they try to do everything possible on the weekend, and when Monday starts, they dead. Make sense? So we want to make sure that health is actually taken care of throughout the entire time. And I will teach you today how is it done, okay? So first of all, we're going to answer the question about value, about why. Why do you want to be healthy? And this is the fundamental, because without knowing why, being healthy may turn into work. I mean, like hardcore labor. And it will give you stress. But knowing why can turn healthcare into healthy interventions and healthy activities. So I'll give you an example. When I go to gym, I had once episode when one of the trainers said, "Oh, I'm going on vacation to one of the Caribbean islands," and she says to me, "And I'm not going to do anything." And she almost killed me by saying this. It means that the person perceives doing exercises or living healthy lifestyle like a work, and they need to take a break from this. So imagine you already have enough stress on its own, and now you're trying to do healthy thing, and if you treat it with attitude like it's stressful or the job, it adds more stress. So what's the point? You're already stressed out to the max. So I told her, you have to change attitude towards healthy lifestyle, especially you, because you are teaching, you're a personal trainer, you're teaching, you cannot even say things like this because it affects public. And thank God, I understand, but, people have to implement a lifestyle as a normal living journey, healthy lifestyle. That's what I mean. Okay? So, answering why. And I can tell you the reason why I'm trying to do everything to be healthy in terms of nutrition, in terms of exercise, in terms of prayer, because I value the relationships that I have here on planet of Earth. And why? Because I love what I do. I love to take care of people, and I still want to be healthy to continue doing this. So every day, because if I have a challenge, and trust me, no matter who you are, what you are, you will have a challenge, and it's not your challenge, it's the enemy trying to challenge you. Oh, why you want to go to gym? You know, there's always some soap opera on the TV you want to watch, or friends on the call, or internet, or Netflix, or I don't know. Like, there's always something to do. And if you don't have vision why you're doing this, then definitely, eventually, you're not going to be doing this, or you would be doing this under tremendous amount of tension and stress. Oh, I have to go to gym just because I paid my membership, and I want to make sure every single penny worth it, otherwise it's waste. You know what I mean? Or nutrition, you know, oh, I'm getting fat, and you know, my cholesterol is through the roof. This is all wrong motivations. Seriously. What is right motivation is how would you like to apply your health. So, for example, I'm looking forward to my son. He's only 18 years old, and I don't know when he's gonna get married, but I'm looking forward already to play with grandchildren. And I want to be healthy, and I want to dance on their wedding, which is maybe 2075. Are you following me?
Yes. Yes.
That's why I go to gym. Not because I want to make the penny worth my going. You know what I mean? The reason why I'm eating healthy for the same reason, because I don't want to pop those pills, like for example anti-cholesterol pill, statin drugs that dissolve my liver, and then I would need a liver replacement or whatever. You know what I mean? Not because of that, because I want to go there and I want to enjoy the relationships that I'm gonna have with my family and my friends, and hopefully most of you still be with me or here alive and enjoying being healthy. Make sense?
Yep.
And we had an awesome Christmas dinner, right?
Yes.
If you attended it, it was really nice. So, and that's why it is. So finding why, and every why can be different. So for example, for Norma, I don't know, but why maybe doing some more ministry? Maybe doing more mission trips. For you, maybe building, I don't know, a art school or gallery, I don't know. You have to find out why you want to be healthy. And feeling good, it's not a good answer. And I can explain you why. Feeling good is that what most people trying to do in their life. And most people are getting sick because it's not being about purpose and vision, it's being selfish. It's about me feeling good. Feeling good, it's not a news, you know, it's been used agenda many times to distract people. Although a side effect of being healthy will be feeling good. Not all the time though, because when you're training hard, it's not feeling good. When you sweat, and if you train, by the way, for example, if we're talking about nutrition or anything healthy, nutrition, exercise, chiropractic care, you have to challenge your comfort zone, go to discomfort, and then adaptation happens. So actually being healthy is the journey of challenging yourself to step out of the comfort zone continuously. Because you cannot change in the comfort zone. There's no adaptation happens. No physical, no emotional, no spiritual, no chemical. Make sense? So being healthy, it's actually a journey of placing yourself out of comfort zone on a regular basis. And you know what happens feeling good? When I shovel the driveway, which we have a big driveway, our neighbors across the have same driveway, 3 of them shoveling in 3 hours, I'm one shoveling in 45 minutes. 3 of them next day cannot get up next morning because they have a back pain and sciatica, and they running or crawling down to nearest walk-in office or Costco buying drugs on sale, over-the-counter Tylenol or whatever, or Shopper Drugs Mart. And that's when the feeling good actually plays the role. So when you can do something without damaging yourself. And training for this actually starts in August. Training for shoveling starts in August. It means proactive lifestyle. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Because guaranteed you would have to live a life. Guaranteed that leaves are falling and you would have to rake them. Guaranteed that you have to drive a car and lift the shopping bags. Guaranteed that you would have to do something that is gonna challenge you. And the wisdom is, if you stay in the comfort zone all the time, you know what I can explain to you? Comfort zone will be continuously shrinking. Because you're comfortable, you're not challenging the boundaries, you're not creating adaptation. So it's gonna continuously shrink, and at some point you're gonna hit the wall of this comfort thing when comfort becomes uncomfortable. But you have such a tiny room to grow, no matter what you do, becomes painful. And that's what we don't want. We want you to grow and be strong and be healthy and well. But the journey is uncomfortable. But feeling good comes when you get to the vision of doing something and you actually have capacity to do that. I can give you one awesome example. We have a patient here, Gary. Gary came here, he was over like 250 pounds overweight, like big, thick dude. Started chiropractic care, started changing diet, attended workshops, started learning, started being disciplined, started putting himself constantly in discomfort of changing nutrition, changing exercise routine, everything. He lost in the last 9 months over like 60, 70 pounds. He got back in training and he was in the boxing tournament that he said that he never dreamed to ever be there. He got a gold medal and he raised over $100,000 for November Mayhem, and that's what it means, feeling good. You know what I'm talking about? Feeling good, it's not when you're just sitting on the couch watching TV, sipping some wine and a beer and, thinking that it's all good, it's all gonna work out. That's never gonna work out. Although in the moment you will feel good about a temporary joy. You know what I mean? A temporary pleasing the flesh. So find what motivates you, and the bigger your why, the easier it's gonna get. Do you understand what I'm saying? The bigger your why you wanna be healthy, the easier it's gonna be. The lesser your why, the harder it's gonna be.
There was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, you know, I want to be on the same level you are. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. He all ready to rock and roll, got on the suit, should have worn shorts. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out to the water, it goes waist deep. So he's like, this guy crazy. Money, he got me out here swimming. I didn't ask to be a lifeguard. I want to make money. He got me in. So he said, come out a little further. Walked out a little further. Then he had it right around this area. This shoulder area. So this old man crazy. He's making money, but he crazy. He said, come on out a little further. He came out a little further. Right in his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This guy is mine. So the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man didn't stretch it, hold him down. He had him held down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. I don't know how many of y'all got asthma here today. If you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, that's so deep, shortness of breath, you wheeze it. The only thing you're trying to do is get some air. You don't care about no basketball game, you don't care what's on TV, you don't care about nobody calling you, you don't care about a party. The only thing you care about when you're trying to breathe is to get some fresh air. That's it. And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it bad and then you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. And I'm here to tell you that if you're going to be successful, you got to be willing to give up sleep. For 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours. If you really want to be successful, some days you will have to stay up 3 days in a row. Because if you go to sleep, you might miss the opportunity to be successful. That's how bad you gotta want it. You gotta go days without, listen to me, you gotta want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat. Beyonce said once she was on the set doing her thing, 3 days had gone by, she forgot she didn't eat. Because she was engaged. I never forget when 50 Cent was doing his movie, I did a little research on 50, and 50 said that when he wasn't doing the movie, he was doing the soundtrack. And they said, when do you sleep, 50? Sleep, he said, sleep. Sleep is for those people who are broke. I don't sleep. So I got an opportunity to make a dream come reality. Don't try to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt. Get a reward from it. Don't go to sleep until you succeed. Listen to me. I'm here to tell you today, you can come here, you can jump up, you can do flip, you can be excited when we give away money. But listen to me, you will never be successful until I don't have to give you a dime to do what you do. You won't be successful until you say, I don't need that money. Because I got it here.
And that's the reality. We can replace word success with word health. How bad you want to be healthy. And that's the reality. Because everybody wants to be healthy, yes? But what motivates and how hard people willing to work to be healthy for their dream. So this is true video about how health can manifest. It's not only about success, but this is also can be used to succeed in anything, you know what I mean? And especially health. So here we go. You need to know what are the common lies you feed yourself when you go into holidays. Common lies, look at this. Just a bit more sleep in the morning, you deserve it.
Yeah.
You work hard for it, you paid for it. Oh, that's what vacation is for, R&R, right? Here I can tell you example of what's happening in my vacation already. We're going to Mexico in December 21. Last week we discussed with my wife what time we get up. And we get up at 5 a.m.
You're mean.
No. No. You see? That's the all lies. Because if you believe in all of this, guess what happens?
Stress?
No, you're not gonna come out healthy from the... Because you think just sleeping a little bit more will give you more energy. No, it's a complete lie. Think about it. Try to get up 1.5 hours earlier, it would be hard. And try to sleep 1.5 hours, it will be as hard as get up as 1.5 hours earlier. Trust me, it's still gonna be as hard. But when you get up and do something good for yourself, then 1.5 hours later, you will be in way better shape than you would just stay in the bed and toss around. Guaranteed. Or another excuse, a little late going to bed at night. It's okay. Why? Because you believed in the first lie. I can sleep in the morning. Right? It's okay, don't worry, it's everyone. Everyone has the same challenges. Do you think I don't have the same challenges? Same thing. Everybody has the same challenges. It's how you start planning and how you start executing on them before they come out. Yeah, absolutely. Just a little bit more food, it's holiday. Woo! So much good food in front of me, I have to eat it all. It's like a feminist comment, right? Like tomorrow there's no food, so we have to consume. Especially if you go on a resort and all that it paid. You have to try everything, right? It's like tomorrow it's not gonna be there.
End of the world.
End of the world, today. So today we have to try every single thing. A little bit more drink. Oh, this is a good one. Wine is good for you. Have you heard that things?
Yeah.
Like those crazy stuff drives me nuts. Look at this research. I read this. This is not true, by the way, but it's coming already through the pipeline in internet. I read recently one of the patients sent to me actual article saying lazy people live longer. And I was laughing like no tomorrow. Why? Because they didn't finish the sentence. They may live longer, but their quality of life is not as good. Make sense?
Yeah.
They may exist longer or being alive, but when it comes to quality of life, oh my God, I'm telling you, it's a disaster. You have to discover any other excuses that you replace instead of your vision. So what helps me and my family, we will already planning how our vacation is going to be healthy. So I already established a training routine with my wife. I said, look, I'm going to train for 4 hours, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. She already agreed to this. She's like, what am I going to do? I said, well, you can do yoga while I'm doing kiteboarding, you can read the whatever. Make sense? So it's not an accident. We're not going to go there trying to figure out what we're doing there. Because if you go and trying to figure out what you're going to do anywhere, guess what? There's always something to do that's going to distract you. And vacation is not given or exist to destroy your health. Vacation is given to rebuild your health, and you should actually come out healthier and stronger after vacation. And you can't believe it, how often do I hear people saying, oh, I came from vacation and I need another vacation. And that's ridiculous. So what it means, they didn't build their health, they destroyed their health even lower than they came into it. And on the weekends too, it happens the same thing. Too much partying, too much layoff, too much eating, oversleeping, and all of these things. Wrong behavior. Okay, so you have to find your own... Hold on. Why is it not changing back? It's going forward, but it's not changing back. Okay. Dr. Tommy, I need your assistance. Please. Okay. Food rules. Could you change the batteries, please, so focus it? Food rules. Same as your regular day. So, for example, if you eat today 1 plate, then on vacation or on a holiday, don't try to eat more. Stick to the same regular business. Same what you eat at home, right? So if you visiting guests and friends, so plan, first of all, to eat slower. The slower you eat, the more you inhibit your appetite. The faster you eat, you definitely guarantee gonna overeat. 1 plate rule. So what does it mean? It means that don't go for a second, for the third and the fourth, and try to catch up with the body because he may eat more. All right? Thank you. No, it's not working. 1 dessert. 1 dessert a day. So just because it's available, it doesn't mean you have to eat it. And 1 dessert meaning choose something that you truly like or you didn't try. Don't try to eat something that you like and eat it a lot. Just because it's pleasing your tongue. Make sense? Water and dissolved juices. Again, don't try to excuse yourself. Oh, I'm on vacation, I can allow myself to drink a little bit more of whatever. Coke.
What do you mean by dissolved juices? I mean diluted.
Yeah, diluted with water. So all the juices has to be mixed with half of water because the sugar content in the juices is too high for us. And usually what it does, it creates a sugar spike and then sugar crash, and then you feel tired because improper nutrition disbalance. And again, eating more food will require more energy to digest this food. So if you eat more food, you will have to donate more energy. So you may feel tired. And most of the time on celebrations or holidays, most of the time we eat not the healthiest food ever. Too much sauces, too much spices, too much mayo, too much meat, and so on and so forth. Too much carbs, too much desserts. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry, it's normal. And if you choose to have a drink on occasion, one drink or one glass. And you have to establish the rule before you start. And I mean all those rules you have to establish before you start. And preferably agree with your spouse and create accountability bondage. Make sense? So say, honey, we're gonna stick to one plate. Yes or yes?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Complete the size of a tree.
Here we go, yeah. Look, everything is permissible, it's just not everything beneficial. You know what I mean? Everything is permissible. Don't try to treat yourself like you're in prison. Just remember why you're doing this, okay? Because guess what? Most people after their vacation or holidays come out with excessive weight. And guess what happens next? They're desperately trying to lose it. Look at this, I have a friend, he comes to me, he's not a big guy, and he says, in the last 16 years I lost 160 pounds. I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember when you were like 160 pounds heavier. He's like, no, Dmitri, it's actually pathetic. I gain 10 pounds and I lose it. And I do it every year within 16 years. I'm like, okay, so you didn't change. He's like, no. I'm like, wow. 16 years in a row, gaining weight, losing the same, same amount. What a useless effort. I'm not criticizing him, but if you look at the big scale, in the 16 years, he didn't become any healthier. But so much work. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Well, let me explain to you again. I'm not bragging about me, but I just figured it out. It's much easier not to gain weight than to lose it. Much easier. So therefore, in the last 25 years, I still the same in the same way. So I use the same rules. Do I allow myself overeat sometimes? Yes. But guess what's coming? The next day, I don't eat. And the next day, I train like a dog. And I want to make sure I know exactly amount of calories I overconsume to burn them. And often, I will do things like I train before and I lose the calories before, and I know how much I lost, and now it's much easy, multiple apps on the cell phone or watch, even smartwatch, Fitbits, Garmin, sports, whatever. They can tell you how much calories did you lose. You can create a caloric deficit or energy deficit so you can catch up with it if you wanted to. Make sense? Again, proactively. But establishing rule before, it's very important, because after first glass of wine, it's too late to establish the rules. Make sense? Guaranteed. Sleeping routine. How to make it healthy. Maintain your regular weekly routine. So if you get up on Monday at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 or 7, same Monday, get up at the same time. I suggest go to bed and get up at the same time all days of the week. It's called circadian rhythm, and if you create your circadian rhythm, you'll stick to it, and it would be much easier. And that's why all parents trying to create a routine for kids. Why? Because it's easier for kids. And if you not gonna maintain a circadian rhythm, it's easy to break it, but hard to establish it. Here is the couple of big tips. Early to bed. 10 o'clock, that's my bedtime. If I'm on vacation, 9 o'clock.
No.
I am not joking.
Can't do that.
Yes, you can.
I go to bed at 10, I wake up at 3 or 4.
Perfect. That's exactly.
I'm not going to get out of my bed at 3 o'clock, Dr. D.
It's up to you, but it's healthier to you. Early to bed, early to rise. Why? every hour you sleep before midnight, it's actually give you 2 hours extra. For every hour it counts as a 2. That's why at 3 o'clock, if you go to bed at 9 or 10, you actually wake up fully refreshed. There's nothing wrong with this. And the only way it's messing up your mind and the choices just because you're looking at the time. If you didn't know time, you wake up refreshed, you would start your day and you would do some good things and you wouldn't even know. It's just because mind is playing with you. Oh man, it's 3 o'clock, I have to still be in bed. Poor me. And the pity party starts and you force yourself to bed. And you oversleep, you just wasted time. Go for a walk, go to different things. So one of the examples I can tell you, when we were traveling in Hawaii, the difference between time is tremendous. So I used to wake up at Hawaii at 2 a.m. What I did, I put like a flashlight over my, running flashlight over my head, and I went for a run, and I come back, I had a good time reading my books, you know, and all healthy things already been done by the sunrise. I already trained, I already prayed, I already wrote everything, answered emails, and sunrise starts, guess what? I'm free to enjoy my day. And another lesson that I learned, which is awesome, I'm going to share it with you. So in island of Kauai, there is a 6 kilometers path along the shore, paved, beautiful. And every morning I was getting up, I put my heart rate monitor, my watch, and I run. And 6 days in a row, I was running every 2 a.m. morning or 3 a.m., whatever. And every time I look at my pace, it was exactly the same pace, kilometer to kilometer. So 12 kilometers total, 6 kilometers out, 6 kilometers back. You don't necessarily need to run this way, but I'm just going to share wisdom with you, what I learned. And on the day 7, I decided, man, it's such a probably beautiful run, which I cannot see, but I hear the breeze and I hear the waves, and, you know, I can see some palms and the trees with my spotlight that I run. And I changed my running routine, so I decided to do something else instead and run when it's daylight. And let me tell you, it was absolutely the most beautiful run I had. But the problem was, all 6 days before I was running, my pace was 5 minutes and 12 seconds per kilometer. And then when I was running on the day 7, I could see hill up, and it was so hard. And I saw hill down, and it was so easy. So I was deceived through the look of the path. And that when I learned, I cannot trust my eyes, I cannot trust my ears, because it can easily be deceived on my preconceived experience. So, and I looked at the data, and it totally threw me off in a good way, because I realized that how come 6 days in a row I could run the same path with the same pace, 5:12, and on the day 7 it was 6 minutes 30 seconds per kilometer going uphill, and 4 minutes 25 seconds going downhill, because I had an idea about experience what I about to have. You know what I mean? And that completely revolutionized my life. Because I realized that, oh, I got up at 3 in the morning, that's wrong. There is nothing wrong if you fully rested. Absolutely nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong to have a full bowl of green vegetables and fruits before you dive in the meat bowl and eat your favorite whatever. And in fact, I eat the healthiest food first until I cannot eat no more, and then I don't even want dessert because there's nothing to stuff in me.
You already full.
Exactly. Makes sense?
Absolutely.
early to bed, early to rise, praise the Lord, and exercise. So how you can catch up with sleep? Have naps, power naps. You can have 1-2 naps a day easily, which is awesome. Just don't break your circadian rhythm. So you can have 15 minutes sleeping during the daytime, and it will restore your energy level. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, exactly. So, and exercise in the morning is the best thing. Why? Because that's when you have the most amount of energy, and you invest this energy in being healthy. And when you invest the energy in being healthy, the return is actually bigger, because exercises will give back through the adaptation. Initially you'll feel a little bit weak, but after all you'll feel refreshed when your compensatory mechanism kicks in, you challenge, and the body always overcompensates, so it will give you more energy back. Make sense? Yes. So power naps. 15 minutes rule. Here we go. How you can make 15 minutes rule every day working for you. On any vacation or holiday, you will find 1 hour a day if you schedule it. So we talk about sleeping routine, so you're already sleeping well, you already know early to bed, early to rise. So how to exercise. Run, walk, so you do cardio 15 minutes. Only 15 minutes. Don't try to do more. Don't try to run 1.2 kilometers if you're not trained. Just do 15 minutes, either run or walk. 7 minutes out, 7 minutes back. Easy. Just try to increase your heart rate and respiratory rate, that you breathe harder a little bit and your heart beats a little bit harder. That's a warm-up, and it wakes you up. Then the next 15 minutes, strength training. Do what you can. You can do some squats. You can always find the bench. You can do a little push-ups, a little, triceps dips. You can always find to do something strengthening. You can find a playground and do a little hanging, like chin-ups or something. You can load and up again. Thank God, use technology to help you. There are tons of apps of workout at home or workouts without weights. So there's always a solution what you can do. You can do all our exercises that we gave you. You don't need any equipment at all. You don't need gym, you don't need anything. You can do it anywhere in the world. In airport if you wish. I'm not kidding you. Sometimes if I travel, I do like stretches and exercises right at the airport. Most airports are clean enough, and most airports have a carpeted spots where you can do some kind of stretches or training. And if it's not, guess what? I just have a yoga towel in my carry-on backpack, which I can always stretch, and I can do whatever I want in the airport while waiting until we load in the plane. And by the time we loaded, I've done my training. Make sense?
Yeah.
After strength training, you can do 15 minutes of stretch and 15 minutes of dinner roll. Most of you know what the dinner roll is. If you don't know, we will teach you, and you will start. Don't worry about it. Because you just started, you're not there yet. We will teach you, and then you can complete. So this is 1 hour routine, which is easy to do, and you've done it all. And this 15 minutes of strength training, you can just choose one exercise to do for 1 minute. Do it 7 times, different muscle groups, and 1 minute break. So for example, for a minute, you can choose to do squats for a minute. Most people have a watch or cell phone. You can use timer. Minute is done, relax for 1 minute. In between you can stretch. That's it. Simple, easy, right? So 3 o'clock, half an hour for reading the Bible, or 15-20 minutes, half an hour for praying, it's already 4 o'clock. 1 hour, it's already 5 o'clock. Then you can take a breakfast and a shower, that's already 5:36. And if you do it nice and gentle, by the time sunrise, 6, 7:30, you are healthy and strong. Nutritiously empowered also. You know what I mean? I've done that multiple times, because if I need to travel, the time changes, and I don't want to force myself to stay in the bed, because look what happens next. You force to stay in the bed, for example, if you change in the time zone, or just because you have that time to use. Guess what happens following week? You have to go back to your normal routine. And you know what happens? It's hard. And now everything that you think you accumulated over this vacation, you're ruining just to get back in the normal routine. And here it goes. Statistics shows, if they did the questionnaire, statistics shows that even the most amazing vacation people had after the questionnaire, after vacation, all of the enthusiasm and energy that they got over the vacation does not exceed 10 days. After 10 days, they're as tired as they went before. Why? Because they broke their routine. Everything, routine of eating, routine of sleeping, routine of exercises, routine of everything, praying. It's like everything is good, I don't need to do anything about it, I don't even need to pray, because things are good, right? No, you know what I mean, right? That same true is the exercise. Man, I feel so good, I don't want to lose my goodness, okay? I don't want to sweat. Another 15 minutes rule, 15 minutes of scripture daily. What it means? Find a time for peace. Feed your soul, that's healthy. Read something that feeds your soul. Book, Bible, Quran, doesn't matter. Whatever feeds your soul, you have to find 15 minutes of peace in that day. And because we're entering this amazing Christmas season and the New Year season, spend a little bit of time to celebrate your achievement of the past year. So open the calendar and maybe celebrate. Man, I started chiropractic care, that's awesome. I met this great doctor at Healthy Kids and Family Chiropractic. I'm just joking. Anyway, or, I spend every week have a date with my wife. Maybe because of that, marriage lasts for 22 years plus, and it's getting better. I know you're rolling your eyes. You're probably thinking, you're just a baby, 22 years marriage. But I can tell you, we are proud of this, because most marriages don't even last that long. Unfortunately, nowadays, 54% rate of divorce within the first 10 years. It's actually really disappointing. So we still have a date with my wife every week.
Yes.
And date is not going to eat in a restaurant. Date is we're going to gym and do a class together. I can eat every day.
You're a tough hombre.
No, she likes it too. In fact, she's like, on Saturday at 8:30 we go, like, not evening date, morning date. 8:30 we're going to a gym. Good life, has a body pump. My wife likes it. I'm okay with this.
So it means that you don't meet each other.
No, we do meet each other during the week, but that's the time when we just spend a quality time. Yeah, because we do meet each other during the week. In fact, probably we spend most times together, because my wife works from home 4 days a week, and we have lunch together 4 times or 5 times a week. Most families don't have it, but regardless, we still have a date when we do something that feeds us. So for example, I don't like arts, my wife likes arts, so she says, I want to go to whatever, Kleinberg gallery. I said, fine, awesome, let's go. And we invest time in each other, doing something that, you know, it encourages her in life, and she's investing time that encouraging me in life. So she doesn't like kiteboarding, but she goes on the beach with me sometimes. That's her quality time with me. Like, she's like, I'd love to see what you're doing and cheer up for you. You know what I mean? Because what happens most of the time in the marriage is that, you know, people get used to each other and they treat each other like a possession. They don't treat each other as a treasure. They treat each other like, oh, you know, I owe you type of thing, you know what I mean? And then that's where the marriages break down, because it becomes do the dishes, do the laundry, do this, check, 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 and then check out.
Oh my God.
Trust me. And then 10 years later they discover, oh, we are different people. Of course, if you don't grow together, you grow apart. If you were so different, you wouldn't get married to begin with. You become different, or you become closer. So there's always work to do to become one or to become separate. Make sense? Spend a little bit of time, usually one day, to pace your year ahead. Looking ahead, there is nothing wrong with it. Plan the good times. Plan something that you're going to enjoy. I can tell you, my all conferences already planned for 2019. Not only this, they're already in my calendar. All vacations already planned for 2019. All my phone calls already planned in 2019, and my meeting with the pastor is already planned on 2019. You know what it does give me? It gives me less stress and more freedom, because now I know when do I have to do anything and when do I have free time to do what I like. I always do things that I like, trust me, because I wouldn't be doing them. Because life is too short doing things that you don't enjoy. I enjoy teaching this workshop, honestly. I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to do it. Why? Because life is too short to invest time in doing something that you don't like. But you have to plan it and be prepared, then you can enjoy it. But if you don't plan it, don't prepare for it, although you plan to enjoy it, it will become stressful. And it will become unhealthy. Make sense? So schedule daytimes on your vacation. Even if you're on vacation, still schedule your dates. What it means? One-on-one. Mom, you have to spend time one-on-one with son or the daughter or the husband. Although it's a family vacation, but you still need to plan time to spend one-on-one, heart to heart, with each family member. Because I can tell you the biggest tragedies sometimes when people get together, big celebration, and most of the time you didn't talk about anything that is meaningful. Most of the time it's all superficial stuff. Because we people, we have a hard time to actually open up in the biggest environment. So when there are other people present, most of the time we go superficial. This is our safety features. Make sense?
Yeah.
So most of the time those big gatherings become just a waste of time. Unfortunately. Well, you still have a good time, you know, you eat, you drink, or whatever. And you give hugs and see smiles. And maybe share some couple of pictures on your cell phone. But in reality, it's still very superficial. Nice to see each other. Bye, see you next year. Make sense? So schedule time with your children, with your spouses, with the loved ones. And don't go on any events that more longer than 3 hours. Because that becomes draining. You can't maintain high level of energy for 3-4 hours and expect come out of there being more energized. So each occasion plan no longer than 3 hours per occasion. So if you have like, for example, family gathering and they meet like at 1 o'clock for lunch, don't make it slowly turn into dinner. So if it's a lunch 1 o'clock, plan to check out at 4 and have a nice peaceful evening for yourself. Make sense?
Yeah.
Or if you plan in a dinner, then plan the dinner around, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and then you check out of there about 8 or 9.
2 a.m.
Yeah, or 2 a.m. doing nothing. Oh yeah, dancing, having party, and then you can't wake up in the morning because you're broken, overeaten, overmoved, back hurts, leg hurts. Oh, we had a good time. Really, why can't not move? We had such a good time. I cannot move in the morning, and I need a day off. Really, you had such a good time that you need a day off. I'm laughing about it, but this is reality. I've seen that all. That people start partying so hard that it turns into like, although the normal people, I'm not talking about people who go crazy. Health is not an accident, remember. Health is a planned journey. Health is not an event. Health is a journey, and unless you plan it, then it happens. If you don't plan it, then it won't happen. So things, discuss and agree with family, okay? So if my wife is not blessing me, for example, if you go on vacation and she says, well, I don't want you to be 4 hours in the water every day. I said, okay, so how much do you want me to spend? And I would love to be, but if she's not blessing me, then I'm not doing that. We are planning together what we're gonna do, and we are creating those activities together. Make sense? So discuss and agree with the family. Find agreement before it happens. Because you know how often it happens when I go on vacation and I see family fighting with each other. Drives me nuts. And they fighting over everything. Oh, I want to go right to the beach. No, I want to go left to the beach. Oh, I want to go Cirque du Soleil. Oh, I want to go night cruise, like at sunset. I'm like, I see that all the time. And people go on vacation, if they don't plan it, then it becomes stressful time. Argument, disappointments. And then they split. And one goes to, to disco bar, and another one goes to a drinking bar, and a sushi bar, yes. And then there is a comfort happens, one need to overeat and one need to overdrink, and one need to go over party. And then in the morning they hate each other. You're laughing, but I've seen that happening, observing families on the vacation. It's so much fun. Well, it depends. You can create a different reality. It may be reality for them, but it means that they didn't know those strategies, didn't implement them, and their reality became very different reality than our reality. Make sense?
Yeah.
And be honest and authentic with yourself and with each other. And what it means that, respect each other's choices and agree to them and stick to them. That's the most important. Because one thing agreeing, but sticking is the different things. Accountability, share your plan with someone you can trust. So for example, you see like what I'm sharing with you? This is accountability thing. You know what I mean? I trust you because I'm not afraid of being judged, and in fact I don't really care. But now I know my integrity will kick in, and now I know, here we go. I shared my plans, I shared that what we're gonna do, I shared how we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna look inside and be authentic with myself and thinking, look, if I told people to eat one plate, then I better eat one plate. Seriously. If I told that we're gonna wake up at 5, we already established it with my wife, so you're just knowing the plan, you know what I mean? But it's accountability thing. Keep your vision, and I'm not saying eyesight, but vision, why are you doing this, remember? Because that's what the video talked about. Most people want to be healthy. But most people don't want to do health. It's like a wishy-washy dream. I wish to be healthy. And the difference between wish and dream is actually action. Wish and vision, it's the different things. Wishy-washy, it's like I want to be without doing it. And it's impossible. You can't be strong and healthy if you don't train, period. Make sense? So keep the vision clear all the time. So for example, I ask myself, is this extra glass of wine, if I want it, will bring me closer to my vision or farther away? Honestly. Like, ask yourself a question, just decision that you're making, is it going to bring closer or farther away from your vision and dream? And I can tell you, you know, we had a lots of, you know, our child when he was growing up, you know, when you walk into a gas station, sometimes they put like Coke and Sprite and everything on the level of the child. When they walk in, they're walking in and they're looking right at the junk, and then the water they put right at the top. They cannot even reach or whatever. And when my son comes in with me, I remember like he came in, oh, I want this, and I'm like, yeah, you can have it. And he's like, ooh, instantly like got alarmed. I instantly agreed to have him something that we usually prohibit, right? We don't have it at home. For example, we don't have a Coke at home, and he saw the Coke and he's like, oh, I want a Coke. I was like, yeah, I have it. He's like, uh-oh. and then he's like, and I said to him, look, before you choose this, think about it. Is it gonna bring you closer to the dream or farther away? Do you want to be healthy, or you want to have problems with your health? Do you want to have diabetes, or do you want to be overweight or whatever? Do you want to be tired? Yeah, if you want to be like all of that, just take this and enjoy it. But tomorrow or in 5 hours, don't complain that you're tired and your tummy hurts and whatever, or you have a headache. Or you can have a water or coconut water, some healthy choices, and this is gonna bring you closer to where you want to be. So what do you want? Choose whatever you want. And guess what? Often he chooses what's right. Sometimes he chooses what he wants, but you know, it taught him right now that now he lives on his own, and I can trust that he's gonna make most choices right. Because it's been trained enough. Work on the vision. Closer to dream or farther away to dream? Is it going to be closer to dream or farther away from my dream? And what is the dream? Why? Put it in the calendar as soon as possible. I call it vision time. Vision time when I plan what's going to happen. So basically at least once a week or twice a week I spend 2 hours just sitting and planning what's going to happen in the future. Every week, 2 to 3 hours minimum. It's called vision time. I'm working on my calendar, I'm working on my schedule, I'm working on my dreams. One of the things that I'm gonna do is called a dream board. Over the holidays, we like to sit with my wife and we have those dream things and we split them in a different categories, like this year dream, next 5 years, next 25 years, and the legacy dreams, meaning what's going to happen when we died. And we revisited them every year. So we have those written in apps, and then we just sit on the beach or whatever, or airplane, and hey, what about this dream? We still want to build a school somewhere in a third world country. Yeah, okay, so how are we going to do it? How much money are we going to put aside? You know, how much time we need to? What resources do we need? Who wants to be there with us? Or something like this. And when we're going to build this school? 5 years, 10 years? You know what I mean? So just work on those things. Or this year I have a different dreams, and you have to bring them in the different categories. Physical dreams. So for example, I still want to have the same 94 kilos next year. I don't want to have 104. So what should I do? Okay, I have to run 2 times a week. I have to do strength training 2 times a week. I have to do stretch training 2 times a week. I mean training, not just the exercises that we give. And then a roll. Am I doing it daily? And when I'm going to do it? So it's all already planned. So life becomes so much easier when everything is planned. You just fall into the plan. That's it. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because again, health is a planned journey. It's not gonna happen just because you wish so. And that's it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort. Implement it and start doing this and be well.